Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be solving some LeetCode problems related to group by clause, having clause, order by clause, and aggregate functions. Let us start with the first problem, that is classes with at least 5 students. What the problem says, here we have a table, courses, with columns student and class. Student class, comma class is the primary key. This combination of columns is unique values for this table. Each row of this table indicates the name of a student and the class in which they are enrolled. We have to write a solution to find all the classes that have at least 5 students and return the result in any order. Let's try to understand this with the help of an example. So here we have a courses table in which there are two columns, student and class. Okay, now in the class you can see there are maths, English, biology, computer. These are the 4 classes. What we need to do is we need to group these classes. Math different, English different, biology different, computer different. And for each class, how many students are there that we need to count? So for that, we have learned something called as aggregate function, count aggregate function, and we use a group by. And to filter the group, we make use of having clause. So here the query can be select. We need to display only the class. So select class from courses table. Now we need to group by the class, right? And having count of students greater than or equal to 5. Is it correct? Greater than equal to 5. We need at least 5 students. At least 5 students mean it should be equal to 5 or greater than equal to 5. Greater than 5. If I run this command now, unknown column students in having clause. Okay, it's student, not students. So if I run this now, so accepted. I hope you understood how we wrote the code. Let's move on to the next question. Customer placing with largest number of orders. Let us understand the question. So here we have orders table with columns order number and customer number. Order number is the primary key for this table, and the table contains information about the order ID and the customer ID. Write a solution to find the customer number or the customer ID for the customer who has placed the largest number of orders. So we want such customer number who has placed the largest number of orders. The test cases are generated so that exactly one customer will have placed more orders than any other customer. So in this particular table, the test cases are such a way that there is only one customer with maximum orders. There will be no tie. Okay. So let's understand this with an example. So here the order number is 1, 2, 3, 4. Customer number is 1, 2, 3, 3. So customer 1 has placed only one order. Customer 2 has also placed one order. But customer 3 has placed 2 orders. Correct? So the customer with number 3 has 2 orders. Now this order number does not signify us how many orders. It is an order ID. Order ID and customer ID. So one order ID means it is one first order. Another order ID, it's order ID 4. And for the same customer, it means the same customer has placed 2 orders and maximum is 2. That's why we need to return here 3. So how to now write a code for this? How to write a code? What is the output? Output is the customer number. So we need to select display at the customer number. Here you have to display customer number from the table orders. From the table orders. This is clear now. Now we need to group, right? We will group the customer number. So we'll group the customers. So customer 1 will be grouped separately. Customer 2 will be grouped separately. Customer 3 will be grouped separately. So if I apply here group by clause, group by customer number, now what will happen? What will happen? The customer will get into groups. Now, for these groups, what I'm going to write is order this particular group by count, and I want the topmost, right? The one who has taken most orders, I want it at top. So I will write in descending. And I want to fetch only one value, that is the top value. So I can write here limit up to 1. I hope you got this code. So what I'm doing here, I am using group by clause to group customer numbers. So here 1 will be grouped, 2 will be grouped, and 3 will be grouped, right? For 1, it will now count how many records are there. Only one record is there. For 2, it will count how many records are there. Only one record is there. For 3, it will count and it will check how many records are there. 2 records are there. And it will now order it by descending order. If it order it by descending order, customer number with 3 will come first, then 2, then 1, and then 2, like this. Now I want only the maximum order customer who has ordered maximum times. That is at the first number. So that's why I'm applying a limit 1. Limit 1 means it will only fetch the first row, first record, top first record, right? Now if I execute this particular query, I will get my answer. Okay, let's go on to the next question. That is the biggest single number. Biggest single number. So here we have a table, my numbers, with column num, and the type is integer. This table may contain duplicates. There is no primary key for this table. Each row of this table contains an integer. There is only one column that is of integer and it may contain duplicate values. So let's say try to understand with an example. So here we have 8, 8, 3, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. What we want? We want the largest single number. If there is a no single number, report null. If there is no number in the table, then we have to report it null. But if there is a number, we have to find the largest single number. Okay. Now here, in this particular example, what is the output here? 6. The single numbers are 1, 4, 5, and 6. What do you mean by single number? Single number means it should not be duplicated. So now here 8 is duplicate, so I can't consider it. 3 is duplicate, I can't consider it. I can consider only 1, 4, 5, 6. Out of this 1, 4, 5, 6, which is the largest number? 6. So I want to display that particular number. So I hope you are clear with this. Let us try to understand with one more example. So here again 8 is duplicated, 7 is duplicated, and 3 is also duplicated. So here there is no number which is single number. So in this case, I will hit a null. Okay, I hope you understood this. Let's try to write a query for this. So select what I am to select. I want to select maximum number as num, max number I want to select. Now, from what I want to select. So first we need to fetch that numbers which are not duplicate. So for that, what query we can write? Select num from the table my numbers. Okay. Now what we will do, we'll group them by numbers, group by num. Now these will get grouped. 8 will be separate, 3 will be separate, 1 will be separate, 4, 5, 6 will be separate. And then we'll count. If the count is equal to 1, then only we will consider it. If the count of the records is equal to 1, then only we will consider. So group by num having count star equal to 1. Now let's say I'm writing now like this. So now this particular query is wrong. I know that, but I'm executing to show you the output. What output I get? 1, 4, 5, 6 is my output. So from this particular query, I get a table or I get such numbers whose count is 1, whose record count is 1. So from this particular table, 8, 8, 3, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, I got these numbers 1, 4, 5, 6 whose count is 1. Now from this particular table, I need to select the largest single number. Now this is my another table. You can correlate this as a table only, a singular table. Now from this particular table, I need to select max number as number from this particular table. Okay, so from this particular table. So this is nothing but a example of subquery. Query inside a query. How we write a query inside a query? First, it will run this particular query. It will fetch all that nums whose count is equal to 1. Now this particular query will retrieve the numbers 1, 4, 5, 6. From this 1, 4, 5, 6, this will act as a table. This will act as a table only with column num. Now from this, we will extract the max num as num from this particular table And this is syntax of writing a subquery. We need to give a name to the table as SAT. So have you understood how we run this code? Okay, let's submit it. Let's move to the next question. That is number of unique subsets taught by each teacher. So what the problem says here, we have a teacher table with teacher ID, subject ID, and department ID. Subject ID and department ID is a primary key combination of columns with unique values of this table. Each row in this table indicates that teacher with teacher ID teaches the subject ID with the department ID. Let's try to understand this with an example. Okay. We need to write a solution to calculate number of unique subjects each teacher teaches in the university. Okay. For example, this is a teacher table. Teacher ID 1 teaches subject ID 2 in the department 3. Same teacher teaches subject ID 2 in department 4. Same teacher also teaches subject 3 in department 3. Then another teacher, she teaches subject 1 in department 1, subject 2 in department 1, subject 3 in department 1, like this. We want number of unique subjects each teacher teaches in the university. What are the unique subjects that particular teacher teaches? Number I want. So for teacher 1, how many unique subject it teaches? So it teaches subject 2, subject 2, subject 3. It means there are 2 unique subjects. That's why the count here is 2. Similarly, the teacher 2, she teaches subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. All the 4 subjects are unique. So therefore the count is 4. I hope you understood this. Okay. Now let's try to code it. How we can code it? So what output we want? We want teacher ID and count. So we want the teacher ID as output. Select teacher ID, comma. We want count. Count of what? Count of subject ID. But only the subject ID? No. We want the distinct, unique. So for unique, we use distinct subject ID count. So this is the use of aggregate function count distinct column. So distinct subject ID as CNT. As in the output, I can see here the column name is CNT. So as CNT from the table teachers, and we need to of course group by the non-aggregated column, that is a teacher ID. Teacher ID, correct? Here we will not use having clause. Why? Because we don't need any filter for the group date. So if I run this particular query, I will get output. So test.teacher does not exist. So the table name is teacher, not teachers. Okay. Run. Yes, accepted. Submit. Okay. Let's move to the next question, that is find total time spent by each employee. Find total time spent by each employee. So here we have employees table with columns employee ID, event day, which is a date time, in time and out time. Okay. Combination of columns is a primary key. The table shows the employees' entries and exits. Event day is the day at which this event happened. In time is the minute at which the employee entered the office, and out time is the minute at which they left the office. In time and out time are between 1 and 1440. Okay. It is guaranteed that no two events on same day intersect in time, and in time is always less than out time. Okay, these are all things they have told us. Write a solution to calculate the total time in minutes spent by each employee on each day at office. Note that within 1 day, an employee can enter and leave more than once. The time spent in the office for a single entry is out time minus in time. Okay, this is clear. Okay. Let's try to understand this for example. So here I have employee ID 1. Event date is 28 November 2020. In time is 4. Out time is 32. On the same day, the same employee, out time is 200, in time is 55. And on a different date, for the same employee, the in time is 1, out time is 42. Similarly, for the second employee, this is the data. What output I want? I want the output for this particular date, 28 November 2020. For employee ID 1, Total time is 173. Now, how this total time is calculated? Now, for employee ID 1, for the same day, we have two records. So, we'll add this all the two things. 32 minus 4, that is 28, plus 200 minus 55. And we will combine this both the two records and then we'll write your total time. Okay. Similarly, for employee ID 2, for the same date, so here for employee ID 2, only for the same date, only one record is there. So it will be 33 minus 3, that is 30. Then for again employee ID 1, for a different date, 3rd December, it is again one record. So it will be 42 minus 1, that is 41. And so on. So this is how we need to write the query. Now, let's see how we can write the query. First thing, what we need to display, we need to display the event date, employee ID, and total time. So we need to display the event day, sorry, as day. Then we need to display the employee ID. Employee ID we need to display. And we need to display the total time. What is the total time? They have given us a formula. Total time is given out time minus in time. Okay. So that will be sum of out time minus in time. And why we are using sum? Because in this case, see, employee ID 1, that's employee 1, for the same event day, we need to add this now. Add this record, also add this record, add this both to record. That's why you are using aggregation function sum, out time minus in time. And need to display it as total time. Okay, till now it is clear. Now, using the tables from employees, and now we need to group. I need to group by. Now, for this group by, what two things we need to consider? What are our two non-aggregated columns? First one is the event day, and second one is the employee ID. Right? It will group by event day also and employee ID also, because for the same employee we have two records with same day, so it should group that also, so that we can have here we can sum up these two records. I hope you understood what I'm trying to tell. So if I run this particular query now, so I'm getting the output accepted. Okay. I hope you understood this. Let's move to the next question. That is group sold products by the date. Okay. Now here we have a table activities. Column name is sale date, which is of type date, and product is varchar. There is no primary key and it may contain duplicate values. Each row of this table contains a product name and the date it was sold in the market. Write a solution to find for each date the number of different products sold and their names. The sold products names for each date should be sorted lexicographically. Return the result table order by sale date. Okay, let's try to understand this type of example. These are activities table. So there are some dates and products sold. What is the output? So for this date 2020, 30 May 2020. Again we have 30 May 2020, 30 May 2020. For this particular single date, how many numbers of products are sold? Headphone, basketball, and t-shirt. So 3 products are sold. And that particular products we need to display as a single string using comma separation. So this is how we can use the aggregate function of group concat. So we need to use your count function also, group concat also, correct? For each date means we need to group that date also. So let's try to write a query for this. Select what we need to display: sale date, num sold, and products. So select sale date, okay, comma number sold. Number sold is not a original column, we need to create. So we need to write here count distinct products. Count distinct products. Now this number sold is nothing but, you can see here, write a solution to find each day the number of different products sold. Different products sold. If I am having your headphone sold twice, I can't count it as 2. I have to count it as 1 only. So that's why I'm using your distinct products. Okay. So distinct products, count the distinct product as num sold, comma, the third column is products. So now these products, how we can write these products basically. These products we need a single string. For that we need to use a function called as group concat. So group concat. So in this particular group concat function, we need to provide columns such as distinct products. Correct? Distinct product. Sorry, product. Why we require distinct product? Here it is mentioned number of different products sold and their names. So we need different products, that is distinct products. So if headphone is sold 2 times, even in the number sold column, it should be distinct, and while naming that, it should be distinct. Also, one more thing they have told us, the sold product's name for each date should be sorted lexicographically. What do you mean by lexicographically? It means in ascending order. It means in ascending order. So we need to order this by, order by again the product, order by again the product, correct? And here the separator that we'll be using here is a comma. By default it is comma only, but then also I'm going to write comma. Is it clear? This particular column will be named as, products, as products. Now select this from table. So what is the table name? Activities, table activities. Correct? Now we need to group it by, group by. Group by, of course, sell date, which is a only non-aggregating column, sale date. And also they have told one more thing, return the result table order by sale date. Also return that table order by sale date. So here we need to mention order by also sale date. So I hope the query is clear how we wrote this query. I tried to break down it step by step. If I execute this query now, unknown column products in the field list. So as products, so here distinct product, it should be distinct product, count distinct product. Submit it now. Accepted, I'm getting the output. Correct? Let's move to the next question. Daily needs and partners. The table here is daily sales with columns date ID, make name, lead ID, partner ID, and the data types again. There is no primary key again. It may contain duplicate values. The table contains the date and the name of product sold and the IDs of the lead and partner it was sold to. The name consists of only lowercase English letters. Okay. For each date and name, make name, find the number of distinct lead IDs and distinct partner IDs and return the table in any order. Let's try to understand this example. Now, here the date ID, it may contain duplicate values. So here we have 3 dates. So 8th December. So we have here total 5 dates, 5 same dates. Okay. So make name is Toyota here, Toyota, Honda. Okay. So distinct ones are Toyota and Honda. Here the lead ID is 0 for this 1, 1. With the partner ID is 1, 0, 2. Let's try to understand what is the output. Now for the same date, that is 8 December, for make name Toyota, how many unique leads are there? So Toyota, here the lead ID is 0. Toyota, the lead ID is 1. So these both are unique. Again 1, this means it is not unique, it is repeated. For the same date, Honda, there are 2 unique IDs. So for the same date, Toyota, 2 unique leads. And for the same date, Honda, 2 unique leads. For the partner ID also, Toyota ID is 1, Toyota ID 0, Toyota ID 2. So again, 3 unique partners. Similarly for Honda, we have 2 unique partners. So that all things you have to list here. Let's try to write a query now here. Okay. So what things you have to display first? You have to display the date ID. So select date ID, comma. We need to display the make name. We need to display the make name also. Then we have to display the unique leads. But do we need to display the unique lead IDs? No, we need to display the count of the unique lead IDs. Also the distinct count. So here my third column will be count distinct. lead ID. Similarly, my fourth column will be count distinct partner ID. Distinct partner ID. I hope you are clear what are the four columns that needs to be displayed. Date ID, make name, count distinct lead, and count distinct partner. Because we don't want repetitive IDs, we want a unique distinct ones. So these will display. Now this particular column, count distinct lead ID, should be displayed as unique leads, should be displayed as unique leads. And this particular column, count distinct partner ID, should be displayed as unique partners. Correct? From the table, table's name is daily sales. From the table, daily sales. Now we need to group it by dates. Here you can see we need to group it by dates as well as the make name. So for this particular date, make name Toyota. So this is another group. For the same date but make name Honda, this is another group. I hope you understood. So we need to group by what are the two non-aggregated columns? Date, ID, and make name. Okay. Do we need to apply any filter after grouping? No, we don't need to apply any filter after grouping. We want to only display the counts. So this is my query. So this is my query. If I run this particular query, so run. So yes, accepted. Done. So I hope you understood whatever 7 SQL problems we tried to solve today, which makes use of group by clause, having clause, then aggregated function, count function, sum function, then group concat function. So these all things we discussed today and try to solve the input problem. If you find this video helpful and interesting, like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much for watching.